Hello, peoples. This is Good Natured Kitty, and I'm back for another Thursday vlog. And yesterday I got a haircut. A lot of fun things happened yesterday, actually. Lucas and we went to see the last showing for Ready Player One. Yeah. And we also went to see the Avengers Infinity War, which one thing that always gets to me is with Lucas and I, we like to stay towards the end of the credits because with movies like that, there's always going to be something. Um, but it always gets me to see how many people like leave right as the credits start, and it's like, really, you could be missing something really important. But I don't know. I guess I'm a dork like that. I just I feel like it's important. And with how Infinity Wars ended, I definitely wanted to see what was going to happen. So we watched all the way to the very end of the credits to see the credit scene and the credit scene or whatever. So yeah. um. But anyway, so lately I've been having to try to continue battling the fleas that we had and everything. We did do a bug bombing recently, but we're still having to vacuum over and a lot of combing and bathing of the cats. Well, not as much bathing because it's scary bathing cats. I try to keep that to a minimal. Anyway, their skin can be sensitive to the soap, so mostly combing, lots of combing. Um, I use I put a little bit of cider vinegar in the water and comb that way. I've been learning some very nifty tricks though when it comes to bathing cats. One thing I learned the hard way, and actually got the scratch marks to prove that I learned it the hard way, is when you go to bathe a cat, do not turn the water on for any reason in the midst of bathing. Because with my older cat, I had to because the water was just getting kind of a little bit funky. I don't know. It's like I wanted to get more water to pour on her because I was using like a cup and I was like pouring it that way. But I just felt like the water I was using it had too much soap suds and grime and stuff. I'm never doing that again. Never turning the water on while I'm bathing her. Um, I've learned to put a towel down too, like on the bottom of the tub. It helps to keep them a little more calm. And I've also learned you don't necessarily need to hold the scruff of the neck. I mean, growing up, that's what we learned to do. My sister and I, we would hold the scruff of the neck of the cat. It's not really, I, I don't think it's really that helpful after all. Because I notice when I just follow them with my hand while I'm bathing them, they're less apprehensive about it, and they hate it still, but they're at least a little more perceptive to what's going on. A little more calm. And the most important thing, though, that I'm learning about bathing cats is stay calm. Because how calm you are is going to have a huge bearing on how calm they're going to be. So it's been fun, though. Um, Not really, actually. I get feeling so itchy while I'm combing the fleas out. And sometimes it's because one jumps on me and starts nibbling at my arm. And sometimes it's just because I feel like there are fleas on me even if there isn't. I never know if there really is one on me. I have to look and everything, but I try to keep the concentration on the cats because they want it to be done as soon as possible. They let me know that they want to be done as soon as possible. And I try to abide by that while getting as many fleas as I can off of them. It's so gross. Oh, I hate fleas. They're so terrible. My poor babies. But apart from that, so It was the day before yesterday I got the book that I said I was going to get. It's going to look like this. And I shouldn't have gotten this one. I don't know. I was originally going to pick out a yellow one, and then I just grabbed it because I was like looking at some of the other composition books and thinking, okay, this one might look prettier or da da da, but this one's 50 cents, so I went for this one. But I think it's kind of ironic that I'm getting one that almost looks like my face. I'm having a real bad break. Okay, so it doesn't get that red, but still, I kind of wish I didn't get it in red. So I'm going to be noting in here things that could be aggravating my rosacea, which means that in this one, my goals in progress, I no longer have to put my diet in there because I'm going to be putting food in here. But I'm going to get a lot more specific than I did with the other one, because in the goals in progress, for example, on breakfast, I'd often just put smoothie. In this one, for example, for today, I'll have to put bananas, strawberry, blueberry, peanut butter. And I forgot to put the chia and flax in there, but anyway, I have to put it just like that. And I was also going to start putting the herbs. I'm going to have to really tweak how I did my first one because I put in the food just fine. I put stress low. Only stress was my rosacea. You know, whenever I look in the mirror, I get stressed out about it. And I always feel the need to pick, and I shouldn't. Maybe I'll even have to write how much I picked at it in a day. I put up the weather, and I actually recorded what it looked like on that day. So it's like, I don't know why I put face. Anyway, I'll figure it out. I put bumps mostly on forehead and chin, some on cheeks and side of face, 2 near eyes, mildly red. So just gonna be noting just what it looks like towards the end of the day. I may get a mirror to put at my desk so I don't have to go all the way into the bathroom, look it over, and write it there while perched on the sink or whatever. But anyway, I'm hoping that I can know what foods could be irritating me and everything. And one other thing I'm going to do while I'm doing it is I want to make notes as to times that I feel a burn. Like anytime I feel the slightest bit of burn, like just now for some reason I felt a little tinge of burn. I don't know if I'll note that or not. But sometimes the burn's stronger on some points and on others. And I'm not going to put it like, for example, 10:45 I felt a burn on my face or anything like that. Instead, I'll know like right after I ate dinner, for example, I'll say something. I felt like there was a burn. Or I'll put on our way to work, it felt like my face was burning. And, you know, I'll have like the stresses of the day put in there so I could even note that maybe on the way to work there was someone who jumped out in front of us or something, and that could have caused it, or just whatever. What my theory is that I'm probably going to notice that most of my reactions are mostly from stress, because that's what I always assume, is that my rosacea is mainly caused by my stress. But it could be that I may notice other things as well, like maybe I'll notice that on days when I eat less meat, I'll notice less of a reaction. 'Cause some days I'll go without eating meat even, but I don't know, not too often, just I've noticed some points. Or I might notice like maybe on the days that I eat garlic, I don't know, so I have less of a reaction. And I want to put the herbs in there for sure so that I can know like these herbs, whenever I take them, my face is less likely to break out or whatever. And I gotta get some more herbs too. I'm running out of certain things. Ran out of my fish oil pills and something else I can't remember. Oh, my probiotic, but I've been taking my husband's for the time being. The one I was taking is stronger though, so I want to get back to taking that one. Anyway, so yeah, I'm working towards getting rid of the rosacea. So, well, not getting rid of it, but noting what's going on with it, so I can get rid of it. And I've been working at drawing photos that I have. Now, last week I told you I'd show you the end result of my grandpa and my dad and all. And unfortunately, I spilled a couple things on here, so it doesn't look as good as I hoped. But if it wasn't for spilling, like you can see right at his foot, there's something, and then right about here. But anyway, this is the end result. Who knows, maybe I'll try it again because I actually do like the way that turned out. I think that's so cute. Now I'll see that right there's my grandpa, that's my dad, and that's my uncle when they were younger. The only one still living from that is my uncle, but I had a lot of fun working on that. I actually did. No, I did work on one from when I was a teenager, but I made the head all funky, so I'm working on it all over again. And that happens. Sometimes you mess up. Like my head was like, I looked like caricature, or how do you say it? Anyway, my head looks funky. But I'm trying it over again. I might even try to redraw it because I feel like I made the head too close up in that one. And I gotta figure out, like when I do it, I want to draw, since the eyes will be closer up than it was in the picture, I want to use like how my eyes actually look for what it'll look like in the picture. I'll probably have a mirror with me and I'll just keep looking at my eyes and like how the spots are and everything. So that'll be fun. At work there for a while I couldn't do any drawing because we had the big wigs coming around and we're not supposed to do anything fun while we work. It's business with them. Sucks. So I held off doing my drawings at that time, and then I picked it back up right on Saturday. And someone lent me a book of like photographs of famous stars. So every now and again I'll look in there and I'll like take a picture. And what did you do? No, that does not go in the garbage, you dingbat. Gracie. Gracie, come here. You little stinker. Today she has this thing where she'll come so close to me and then she looks at me like, no, no. You little ornery turd. Oh, here she comes. You cutie. Hey. She'll whine. But I want to show her off. She's so pretty. Oh, there's you. There. Big trouble over here. Sometimes she'll play with that, but hopefully it won't actually do any damage to it because I'd hate to replace those blinds. I honestly hate blinds to begin with, but that's just a me thing. Oh, she's going wild. But anyway, getting back to this. So yeah, like just trying to get back into practicing stuff, and I've been using that book to practice a little bit. I was going to show my black book because I did finish my black book. It's way over on the table. Maybe I'll show you a little bit of some of the stuff next week that I did in it. But I finished it on Saturday. And so now I'm having to draw on another book that I'm going to be carrying around. It's slightly smaller and the paper's thinner, which is kind of annoying. But it's easier to carry around in my purse. Sort of, I'll use that as my newest drawing journal and everything. And then I could even probably compare, once I finish that second one, compare how much progress I made as accordance to my first one. When I do look through my first one, I do see like areas where I have improved and everything, and that's awesome. Feels good to know that I am making progress. So I just got to keep working at it, and pretty soon I'll be able to make masterpieces, maybe. No, instead of saying maybe, I'm going to say I will be able to make masterpieces. Need to be confident. But it's kind of nice knowing that as long as I put the time into it, I can see results. I don't have to like worry that there's people who are better artists than me out there and everything. I just have to worry about, am I improving? And I do know that notice that a lot of people at work, they take notice of my art and they're always saying stuff. And I even had my former supervisors, she looked at my art and she says, "You can draw like that and you work here?" I was like, "Oh, well, I don't want to, but I just never had the confidence to try at this sort of thing." So once I can get some pictures gathered, I can maybe do some sort of art show, or maybe I could even just start selling it off the web or something. And that's going to be fun. Maybe with time I can get it to where I no longer have to work for some company. I no longer have to work to achieve other people's goals. I can work to achieve my own. And that'd be nice because, you know, growing up, when I think about it, growing up, like a lot of people, you talk about how you like to draw and how you want to become an artist. They'll tell you, well, you got to have a backup plan, or, it's really hard to accomplish that. I'd rethink that and stuff like that. And it kind of sucks. Some of them it's sad because, like, they may have had a dream at one point and it didn't happen. You hear stuff like that, like people who wanted to do something and they tried it for a while and it didn't work out. And it's kind of sad and everything, but I can't allow that to be what influences me anymore, because I just feel in my heart of hearts that if I continue to let that drive me and keep me from doing anything, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. I'll always wonder, did I have to spend the rest of my life working at a call center or at a grocery store or whatever? Could I have done more with my life? Could I have not just done more with my life, but actually done what I'm passionate about? And so, yeah, I'm going to keep working towards drawing some of my photos right now. I may eventually even try breaking off and doing like a self-portrait of what I look like now. I'll have to get a mirror and just perch it right in front of me or something, with my new short haircut. Yeah, because no, yeah, because I do think it'd be good to like really just be able to monitor like all the details in my face and see just how accurate I could get it and everything. Because drawing photos, even, it could be a little difficult because like the lighting isn't going to be necessarily what it would be in real life. Like, drawing people in real life, you get a lot more details in the lighting and everything. You can put a lot more details in a lot of things. Lighting's so much different in photographs, and I know there's apps you can get where you can detail pictures a lot better and stuff. A lot of my pictures I have are not that recent. Like the most recent ones I have would be probably from my wedding, which was almost 13 years ago. So it's like any of the pictures that I'm using, they're like kind of older pictures. And like, for example, the one of my grandpa and uncle and dad, that would have been from the 50s. So that was pretty darn old. But anyway, moving on to now for the exercise. I don't feel like I'm doing quite as good on the exercise. I feel kind of bummed because starting on Monday, my husband changed his hours, which is nice and everything, but now I'm not walking home anymore. So I'll do aerobics afterwards and everything. I kind of miss the walking a little bit. But I think if I commit myself a little more to the aerobics, it might do me even more better than walking, maybe. I think with the walking, I liked it more because I was thinking about things, I was contemplating things more than whether or not it was causing me to lose weight. But I have to be careful a lot of times too when I'm doing aerobics exercise because it can make my face flare out if I get into much of a sweat. I start to feel my face like burn, and it's really, really difficult. So I may even have to rethink how I'm doing my exercises, and I might just do mostly yoga, even though, a lot of people, they say, well, yoga is based on an Eastern religion, all this stuff, and I'm supposed to be Christian and stuff, but I think maybe I might even see what Pilates is about, because it's supposed to be similar, right? But less of the spiritual stuff. All I know is I need to find something that I can do that's not going to cause my face to flare out, but still going to help me to improve my body and everything. And there's my cat again, and she's probably going to knock things over. She's sniffing something. I don't know what she's doing. She found something interesting. Anyway, so I'll have to figure that out while I'm at things. Like, how am I going to do exercises that don't cause my face to flare up? No, maybe I should start riding my bike to work. That could be a way. I do know, like, on hot days it will probably scorch my face and make it look really bad, but I gotta figure something out anyway, but we'll see. What would be nice about it though is Lucas, the way he changes hours, he gets off a half hour after I do. I'd be able to ride my bike home, and I'd be getting there about around the same time he would be. So that would be nice. Something to think about. Whether I would do it going to and from work. I think more than likely. I think that would be the best bet for me, actually, is doing bike riding on my days of work. I won't start tomorrow though because game day, and I have to make a new character because we're kind of changing how the DM's gonna be set up. Because the person who's DMing, he DMs for a lot of games, and we're wanting to give him a little bit of break. Although he's really good at it, he tells some real vivid stories. I mean, I'm not a whole lot into this whole. What we play is basically Pathfinders. I'm not that huge into it, but I do it for two reasons. One, it gets me out of the house, and I'm a huge introvert. I like to stay home and not socialize. And two, it's something to where my husband and I, we can bond on this thing, and I can actually make friends and stuff. It's like, yeah, it's good for me, right? Um, it's just, I don't always get like some of the things that the spells say, for example. And I've thought about, see, because I'm going to have to make a new character now. I thought about possibly playing a fighter because they're supposed to be really simple and no spells, and I hate the spells because they get really complicated, some of the things they say. Like one said a ranged touch attack, and I'm like, how do you do a ranged touch attack? Unless you're Luffy from One Piece, it doesn't work. Like, I can't just, you know? Okay, that was goofy. I can't gum gum, but anyway, I'm embarrassing myself. But they explained, well, it's more like Dragon Ball Z thing where like they do like the Kamehameha wave, and so like yeah, I would see a blast of energy go through my head from my head, and I don't know if that why they have to mention it then, like where the importance is. Does it mean like I don't know? I'm not gonna pay attention to it. I'm overthinking it. I overthink these things. I don't get it, honestly. I really don't. Like, they talk about clone attacks and this and that, and I don't know. And there's supposed to be a difference between, I think it's called immediate action versus, I don't know. Anyway, but anyway, getting over that, no more talk about that, honestly. I'll figure it out. And they try to explain things to me sometimes, and it still goes over my head. I'm just a dork that way. I don't know. I'm not good with strategy or figuring out like what would be the best thing to do in a situation. But my husband thinks I should be a healer for the next campaign, so I might try it and mess up really bad. And everybody's going to be armless and legless because I don't know how to heal. But so anyway, that'll be fun. Or they'll all die. But at least there'll be a healer, even if it's an incompetent one like me. Oh gosh. Okay, enough talk about that though. Well, oh yeah, I was talking about exercise. Now, going into the next thing. So for my goal for the cleaning, um, some of my cleaning has been oriented towards vacuuming and trying to get a lot of the stuff up for the cats, even though I'm supposed to be concentrating on the kitchen. I do get time into the kitchen though. Been working on things like the stove and fridge. I've been kind of holding off on one of the cupboards that I need to be doing because I was working on cupboard doors. I need to go back into that. I need to figure out a better way to wipe up some of the things from those cupboards because here's the problem. They double painted the cabinets. So like if I scrub too hard, all of a sudden like some of that funky creamy color they use, I don't even know what it's called, it's like a really light putty or something, comes off and you see like the original white paint, and it's like because there's like food on there and everything. I was using vinegar and water and everything, and I use mostly just paper towel, but I gotta figure out a way to where I can clean that to where paint's not coming off. And it's not that fun. And what's kind of got me stuck on the cabinets is there's one area in particular that's just full of food, and I've got to man up or woman up and just go through it and get rid of stuff because a lot of that food is food we don't even eat anymore, because it's full of sodium and it's processed, and that's a no-no in my diet now. It still sits up there. Partly because at one point I was gonna get rid of ramen noodles, for example, and Lucas says, "Well, I want to keep those. I might eat them," and then he doesn't touch them. So I don't think we have ramen noodles up there anymore. I feel like it's mainly cup of noodles and stuff like that. So maybe he did eat up all the ramen noodles. I'm not sure. But anyway, I gotta get to that cupboard, and I'm thinking that's gonna be my goal today. I'm going to go through that cupboard area. That's where I put most of my food. And so clearing that out is going to be really nice for me, and I got to realize that. It's going to be really nice because then I can organize things a lot better and see like my healthier stuff, like um yeah, so I got to do it. I I might give it all to a coworker of mine. We'll see. Or I might take it to the food pantry. I got to decide exactly what I want to do with it. Um, but anyway, otherwise, and there's also a matter of like with the fridge, there's these funky fingerprints, and I don't know if they're like mine or my husband's or if they've been there since we moved in, but they don't come off. It's a ghost. The ghost is leaving their fingerprints. No, just showing. Um, I'm in a goofy mood now, but I gotta figure out how to get those off too, and just stuff like that, like little things like that, like things on the wall I want to get off, and just some of it can be really irritating because like I don't want to do anything too abrasive, so I'll have to look into ways to properly clean cabinet doors and fingerprints is on a right funky looking fridge. Stuff like that, because I want to be very thorough with it and I want it to look really, really good. I want the end result to be to where if we were told that we have to leave by next week, I can almost guarantee that he's going to find no fault in that sink or in that kitchen. Not that we would be kicked out within a week or anything, but that's just an example. I want it to be to the point where if he were to walk into our kitchen, like the landlord, he'd be completely blown away, and it would look even better maybe than when we first moved in, because there's a few things that weren't perfectly clean. And I think in the long run, there's even going to be a more fun challenge in figuring out how to get splats and stuff off certain areas, and that's going to be trying to figure out how to better set up this filter that was put on the sink, because it's not on there correctly, and if I put the sink up too high, it actually splashes up right onto the cabinets. It's really irritating. I can't have the water up very high at all, and it makes it really fun trying to wash dishes and stuff. But anyway, so that's how I'm going with my goals and everything. So, and as I said, this week I'm definitely going to get those cabinet doors done and the inside of the cupboards. I'm going to clear out that one with the food today. I'm going to look into exercises that won't make my face break out, and I'm going to be working on my rosacea diary. I'll figure out a better way to do the layout and everything, because I perfected my progress and goals one, and now I'll have more room to make comments in that one since I won't be putting food in there. I just got to perfect how to do my rosacea one. And then for my art, I'll keep practicing drawing photographs and stuff and see how I go with that. Work on and that one from when I was a teenager that I'm doing is actually what from when I graduated. I was outside like taking a picture, and what's funny is I didn't draw it in there yet. I don't have the picture with me either. Is I actually have one of those stretchy black things around my neck. I've noticed they kind of come back in style a little bit. I've noticed teenagers wearing them again, but it was like this plastic stuff, and it'd come in like really small, look like something you could only put around your arm, but as you stretch out, you could actually put it around your neck and stuff. I don't know if I'm explaining it very good, but yeah, it kind of looks like a tattoo sort of thing. But anyway, of all the funny things I mentioned. But anyway, I'll keep working with the photographs and stuff. And well, that's about all I can say for my goals. And so I will see you guys next Thursday to let you know about my progress and as well. And I thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a good rest of the week. Bye bye.